Hey everyone, welcome back for another Slim Sports interview. As always, I am your host, Jay Slim. Joining me today for the second time, my guy, Andreas Keaton, the ball hawking safety that's going to knock it out of the sky or intercept and take it back for a touchdown, either one. He is now heading to Temple University, and I cannot be more excited to have him on now. How's it going, Dre?
Ironside on third down, intercepted! Threw it right to Andreas Keaton.
Man, it's going good, man. I appreciate the time, man. It's going good, man. I can't complain myself.
Absolutely, man. I am so excited to have you on here. You had a great season, a great career at Western Carolina the past 3 years. This past season, you helped lead your team to a great record, 7-4 on the season, 5-3 in conference play with some big wins, 58-7 over ETSU, 30-7 over Samford, big time conference opponent for you guys. How would you recap this past season for the Catamounts during the 2023 season?
It was good. We battled through a lot of adversity. I would say as a team, we battled through a lot of adversity, but we kept our faith in God and we just kept pushing. That was the main thing, just trust the process, trust the coaches. We just kept our faith in God. That was the main thing. We went through a lot of ups and downs season. But we still managed to finish, maybe not what we wanted to, but we still, finished strong.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, you had those big wins. You were a big part of that team, second team All-SOCON for the second straight year. 67 total tackles, 43 of them being solo. You had some good pass deflections to really help lock down the secondary for your team. You were on everyone's scouting report as one of those best defenders for the Catamounts, and that's why a lot of teams, they didn't really throw on you a lot because they knew that you were coming after them. That is for sure. How do you feel like you took a step up this season? What part of your game do you feel like you really improved on this season to really help your team succeed?
I'll probably say winning at the point of contact, I feel like I upgraded, when it came to just being more physical. It's still, I feel like, I can always improve in every aspect. I'm never going to get complacent. But I feel like that, and, just the experience part. I feel like, when I've been out there, for a minute now and, played at a young age. So I feel like, now when I see it, I have a little better reaction time. And I feel like I know what's coming, if that's what you want to call it, recognition. Uh, Definitely improved in tackles. I've always been, for sure tackle, so I want to keep improving in that area too. So I feel like those areas I really, have improved in, keep maintaining, that substance.
Yeah, it definitely made your impact that way. Uh, what would you say was your biggest impact, not just on the field, but off the field? Realistically, both is what I'm asking. Because obviously, you being a third year guy, being an all SoCon performer, multiple time all conference guy, you're looked to as a leader on this team, both on and off the field. How would you say you made an impact in both of those ways?
I'll probably say on the field, getting everybody lined up. I'm a safety, so I gotta have good communication. So I definitely say being vocal on the field. Just telling anybody, what's going on, telling the D line, watch this, the linebackers, watch this. The back end, what type of play we're in. So I definitely say, just the vocalness of me. Always, talking, being loud on the field. I'll definitely say that's how it impacted on the field. Off the field, I'll definitely say, doing the right things. Leading in the right ways, but through my actions, I'll say, whether that's anything, any way you want to look at it, I'll definitely say, leading off the field in my actions, it really impacted the team because, like you said, I might be looked at as a, someone with a veteran experience. So I'll definitely say, it's always going to be someone watching you, no matter if you see it or not. So I'll definitely say, making sure, I'm always, doing the right things to make sure, I'm showing others what to do and what not to do. And so I definitely feel like, me leading through my actions really plays a big part.
Yeah, and like you just said, leading through your actions. That is the biggest thing that every coach looks to from their leaders, from their team captains. And obviously, you guys had those big wins. You also had a couple of losses. Arkansas being an SEC team, that's a very tough opponent. And that's just the name of the game. You're going to have those great wins. You're going to have a couple of losses. How do you, as a leader for your team, keep your guys going, keep your guys' heads up when you're in those tough situations, those close games on the field?
At the end of the day, it's just about, you got to keep competing. At the end of the day, it's not going to always go in your favor. But I would say, just compete. And then, while you're in the heat in the moment, stay calm as a leader or, as someone that someone's going to be looking at you. You got to stay calm. You can't, show all the X, Y, and Z's and, get flared out. But I feel like, you got to just stay calm and, just tell everybody, just keep battling, At the end of the day, it's going to come down to whatever happens. And of course, you want to stay on top and win, but where you're in the fire at the moment, I think you got to stay calm, just make sure you got everybody, don't look at the scoreboard right now, just keep battling right now, win the next play. I think that's what it comes down to, you can't look, if you're in the second quarter, you can't look to the third or fourth quarter, if you're in the second quarter, you got to play that play, I think that's what it comes down to, winning that next rep, winning that next play.
Taking it play by play, step by step. Definitely the words of a true leader, veteran guy. Like I said, man, you had some great games this season. You had 12 tackles against Mercer, 10 versus Wofford, 10 versus VMI. Like you mentioned, you love to tackle people. You love to knock them to the ground, show them, hey, Andreas Keaton is here, and you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, so that's definitely awesome. And that's a big reason why you were recruited so heavily after you put your name into the transfer portal. I know that was obviously a very tough decision for you, but you had a lot of offers. I mean, Tulsa, Buffalo, Yukon, Tulane, Akron. The blessings just kept coming. And I know that definitely meant a lot for you. What was that like for you, the recruiting process when you entered the portal with all of these teams offering you right off the bat?
It was like I said, it was like I told you, it's just God. At the end of the day, it's God. Cause actually, coming out of high school, I had the COVID year, so I never got to experience the recruiting process itself. Actually, so being able to experience a little bit of the recruiting process was good. It was cool, I say. But at the end of the day, just seeing the recognition from the schools and X, Y, and Z, I would just say it's God. I mean, of course, God blessed me with the talent to be able to display it, but at the end of the day, I think it just comes down to God, and He showed me the blessings and the opportunities that were out there for me. So it was a cool experience and a cool process.
Yeah, it definitely is. And obviously, you made your choice. You are now heading to Temple, being an owl. Uh, what was it really that made you decide to commit so soon to Temple? Because it really wasn't that long of a process for you. I think it was just a couple weeks, maybe a month that you were in the portal, and then you ended up deciding to pull the trigger and you committed to Temple, signed with them right off the bat. What was it about their program, their culture, their coaches, all of that stuff that really stuck out to you to make you want to become an owl?
Yes, sir. Well, Temple, of course, it is not the closest to home, which is that wasn't something we was really worried about. I would say the main thing with Temple was the relationships. Going into the portal, I had, it was the thing. Finding the next spot is, it's based off relationships. I'm big on relationships. And I feel like they displayed all of that. It was relationships that was beyond my measures that I came to find out. People knew people, and it just felt right. Temple came easy when we went up on the visit, my official visit up there. They showed me a blast, a great time. The coaching staff is great. It seemed like a family, well brotherhood up there. So and then obviously the academics, they A+ in that. So it just felt right, it felt right. I feel like, God was just handing it to me. And I feel like, I didn't want to, mess around with the portal too much because I know that it can be dangerous at some points. I would say, I had confidence in myself to do it. And, I feel like, as people would say nowadays, bet on yourself. I feel like, that was the right move to do that with Temple. And like I said, the relationship with Coach Bowman, Coach Weathers, the head coach, it just felt right. So of course, me and my family decided that was the best route to go, and I feel like putting my career in their hands, they'll do the right things with it.
Yeah, and there's no doubt in my mind you're going to be able to make an immediate impact for them. Temple is coming off of a season where they really struggled overall, 3-9 overall last season, 1-7 in conference action in what's really a very talented conference. The American Conference is full of, as you well know, very tough teams. Charlotte, which was one of the other teams that offered you, Tulsa, Tulane. Those are all schools that were recruiting you that you're going to end up going against, and they're all, I mean, Tulane was nationally ranked last season, so the competition speaks for itself. How are you looking to go into this program and really help them bounce back after an off season to where they can get back to the top of the conference?
Of course, that's big on our list. Of course, we're trying to win this year. And I feel like, someone as humble as I am, and humbly speaking, I feel like someone with, experience, like I think I have a good amount of experience. And I feel like that coming in and, leading in that direction and telling, people, ins and outs of what goes on throughout a game, or just being able to have that vocal experience, especially at the safety position where you have to be vocal and talk. I think that's going to really help improve the defensive side. And I know that the offense side will take care of themselves. And I know they're going to do their job and their part. So I feel like, me, coming in with that and, just being able to display what I have to display that God gave me. And first and foremost, being able to come in, be that vocal leader in the back end and, lead the defense in the ways it needs to be lead and, listen to the coaches, trust the coaches. I think if we all do that and we get everybody on the same page and believing in the coaches and believing in the process, I think, it'll play out exactly how we want it to play out. I think, it's God's timing and he has the last say so.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no doubt, like you were saying, you have those experiences. You're making yourself sound old there a little bit, talking about all the experience you have, man. You're still a young.
I, I would say I'm young, but I mean, playing. I think I played a good amount. I'll say that. I played a. It
Yeah,
might seem a lot, but I mean, I've only played 3 years, but I think I played. I came in and played right away, so I think I got pretty good experience. I would say. I think the coach would say the same. I don't. That's what I go with.
absolutely, man. That's gonna help your guys' team out a lot. What are you seeing from an outside perspective looking in, being a transfer, what this coaching staff, what the program is currently doing overall with the team to help them succeed this upcoming season?
Oh, I definitely say when I came up on a visit, you could now, like I said, I haven't been there. That was my first time up there, so like I said, but coming up on a visit and seeing it first-handedly, I see how the players interact with each other. Right there was A+. No bad vibes. Everything was cool. Like everything was good. It seemed like everybody wanted what's best for the next person. Even with the coaching staff, the coaching staff interacting with the players that are already there when we was, going and doing our fun activities. It was just a brotherhood. So I feel like that's the main thing on a football team. You have to have a tight. In order to play for one another, you have to know each other. And I think they do a great job doing that. So I think they're heading in the right direction, for sure, especially in that process. And like I said, I think that's the main thing to be able to go out and compete and win those tough hard games. You have to have a tight brotherhood. You got to play next to someone that's going to that you believe in, that you trust in. So I think they're in the right direction that way.
Mm-hmm. And you had a lot of trust when you were with Western Carolina, being that third year guy, being that leader. You had been there a couple years, knew the system, knew the culture. Now being a transfer going into this team, yeah, you still have the experience. You still have, all of those snaps under your belt from when you were at your previous spot, but you're not used to the system, not used to the culture per se. How do you, as a transfer, being as skilled as you are, still continue to find ways to be a leader at a new spot?
Well, I think at the end of the day, you still, wherever you go, I think, or me still going to Temple, I still got to be myself at the end of the day. And I feel like, Tim, the players, they're going to accept me, and they've already, accepted me, and they're cool to me. They invited me in with open arms. Everyone there, everyone, the staff, the players, they've all invited me in with open arms. So I feel like, that right there is a welcoming experience. And with that being said, like I think I can, be able to come in and, still be that strong leader that the coaches want me to be, and that myself, hold my standard to be. So I feel like when it comes to the being a strong leader, I think that's still going to be the same. Just it's about confidence coming in, being the vocal leader that's needed, and what they might need, and what the coaches would like to see me do. So I think that's still gonna be a good part of me.
Definitely, man. And that's going to make a huge impact for this team. There's no doubt in my mind. Obviously, you being as skilled as you are as a player, but as a person, every time I have you on for an interview, and hopefully I have you on for years to come on interviews, I mean, you're such a great guy. Your personality speaks for itself. And guys like that, they always end up succeeding. I told you before, there's no doubt in my mind you are going to the NFL. the hard work that you put in day after day, the mentality that you have. I cannot wait to see Andreas Keaton playing for an NFL team, and I'm going to be having one of your jerseys hung up on my wall pretty soon. There's no doubt in my mind about that, man. Congrats on a great 3 years with Western Carolina. Best of luck with Temple and the rest of your career. You already know that I'm tuned in, I'm watching, and I'm going to support you all the way, man.
Appreciate it, man. I thank you for your time, and I appreciate this, man.
Absolutely, man. You have a good one, man.
Same to you both.